investing the time and the effort I read. The brothers give me the fear, the promise of death. The work with my life without fear.
A lyrical health.
Master.
Play Paris, who make on you. I can't ask you to be benyo. Say my journey, Tina can ask my jamo. And yes, I know money. The more I get you. And you love me. The more I get you.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandbaza.
And I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I can't play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I can't play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I don't get it now ya to money. That's the baby, and I don't get it now. Cause you work on my ya to money. Yeah.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandbaza.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking for podcasts and connecting people and culture from here and out part of the globe. Qualified people who waiting to sell. The flesh, the time and the efforts are red. The broadcast we giving are real and the premise my best. To work with my life without fear. From Grandfather Nima to Lufa, from Riverside to Raji to Chide, from Grand Crew, Bombing, Cape Mount, Montserrat, San to Backwalu, from Maryland, Bonk to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa.
President of the Press Union of Liberia, Mr. Julius Kanva, for a few remarks. Mr. Kanva, welcome. A clap for your president. Yeah.
And introduce your president, you're not clapping. Please put your hands together and welcome the president of the Press Union of Liberia. Thank you.
His Excellency Joseph Imam President of the Republic of Liberia. Mr. President, please permit me to stand on the existing protocol as announced by the Ambassador, Chris. Thank you very much. It is with profound gratitude and a deep sense of honor I stand before you as President of the Press Union of Liberia tonight at this presidential dinner, the first hosted by the administration of His Excellency Joseph Imam, President of the Republic of Liberia. The dinner presents an opportunity for the President of the Republic and the media to meet in a face-to-face interaction intended to discuss issues of national significance to our country, Liberia. The PUL applauds the President for availing himself to the media and commends the organizers. We look forward to more of such engagements. Mr. President, permit us to draw your attention to a few issues confronting the media community of Liberia and the country in general. While we recognize that Liberia has made significant progress in respecting press freedom and free speech, the media remains severely challenged, both in terms of human and financial resources. Advertising revenues have significantly fallen, affecting the operations of media entities, the quality of journalism, and conditions of work of journalists and media practitioners whose take-home pay cannot, if available, take them home in some instances. The near total departure of the USARD, especially its media development intervention, has created a big vacuum, impacting the capacity building and institutional strengthening of the media across Liberia. We hope the government can assume some of the shots. Mr. President, community radio stations that are vital sources of information are increasingly facing interferences from some county superintendents. This undermines the independence and jeopardizes their ability to serve our communities effectively. We urge your administration to protect these broadcasters and uphold their right to operate free from political interference or influence. Moreover, Mr. President, transforming the Liberia broadcasting system into a true public service broadcaster is essential. LBS should epitomize accountability, serving not just the government's interest, but also the diverse voices of all Liberians. This shift is crucial for fostering an informed citizenry and enhancing democratic participation. Finally, Mr. President, if there is anything your government must not compromise is the issue of the rule of law. Respect for and adherence to the rule of law is essentially critical to keeping the peace and ensuring the development of our country. Let's respect the rule of law and let's use the rule of law to fight corruption. As I take my seat, His Excellency, permit me to rephrase your wisdom. It is time we think the media, love the media, and build the media.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Think the media, love the media, and build the media. Don't see the media like they are your enemy. That's the thing. Powerful statement from our own, the president of Liberia, president, making that wonderful remark on last evening. But folks, it's good to be back. I know it's not very easy, but it's good to be back right here. Mark is already here, Steve is here already. Don't mind Steve here, people. But we're back. We're back after all of the long trip and so forth. Back to back is good to be back home, and we are grateful to the Almighty God. But like Mark started, please let's share, like, and comment. That's the best thing to do this Friday. That Steve can always say will be hot, more than hot, like hot cayenne pepper. But again, my colleagues, my brothers, and Mark and other Steve, good evening to the two of you. Even though today is holiday here in Liberia, I don't know from your end how everything there. Either Steve or Monk, any of you can maybe answer.
Yeah, let Monk go ahead. Monk, are you there?
I'm just setting up, but I think I'm okay now. Are you guys hearing me?
Yes.
Yes, Mark, I'm getting. Don't mind Catherine, Gypsy or Catherine. Go ahead, Mark.
Thank you, guys. Today is Friday, and it's another great day to be on Sktv, at least the end of the week. Today, I mean, you guys know our tradition. Like I always remind our listening audience, today is Friday. You must visit the offering basket of Sktv because that's the standard protocol and the tradition here. We got to keep the show going. We got to cover operating costs. I've been seeing people commenting, "Oh, the program is not on YouTube." Like the technology that fueled the YouTube presentation got to be finalized as well. So for us here, we are not afraid to ask when things are needed. But just so you are reminded, today is Friday, and other than that, nothing much. I just trying to remind the listening audience and the public what's happening at SKTV. But that's okay.
The media, no?
Go ahead, guys.
Well, yes, Steve.
Good afternoon, good morning, good evening to every one of you. I don't know what kind of useless holiday you got in Liberia today. First of all, you don't do anything anyways. Nothing going on in the country, but you'll say a holiday. Your brother go to work. Your brother stay to work. Your brother produce anything in that country. You can be rushing for holiday. That you'll see where man a group of people.
Which holiday again, Steve?
But I'm confused about, bro. I don't understand. Everything in Liberia is like holiday anyway because people go to work by 8 o'clock. Some of them there, so it'll be 9 o'clock. Guess what they do? They show up to work 8:30. They go for lunch 10 o'clock. They don't come back the rest of the day. So I mean, I don't understand what kind of holiday you guys be having over there. But at the end of the day, it's a joke. You need to get serious in that country. And you're not talking about your holiday.
What's the name of that holiday? I'm not trying to cut you guys off, but I'm confused here. I don't know which holiday you guys talking about.
Fast and prayer day here today in Liberia. Yeah.
You said what kind of day?
Forget the
right?
National holiday, fast and prayer day.
Okay, so maybe let me explain something to you. Let me explain something to you guys in our country. Let me clarify something to you guys before I get into my greeting our people and welcoming our people and showing them love because those are the people that we care about and we love. Let me say this, folks. You know, you're with a Christian, you'll get me again. Well, I don't have a problem with that because you guys are Jesus' defender. Don't continue to defend Jesus. But these are useless times. Which one is the fast and prayer holiday? Which one is that nonsense you got going on? You fear going in that country? You care about going in that country? You care about spirituality? You really do? And you get a bunch of hustlers and hustling on you? Nothing going on? Almost all of your BB pastors in the country, almost all of them, the president appointed them on different bowls, allegedly, to be sitting on different bowls so that they can shut their mouth for them to not speak the truth. You tell me what fast and prayer. So maybe I see why Joseph Boaga started the fast and prayer with you earlier yesterday and carry you over there, kept you there hungry, and you smell it. Joseph Boaga gets sense. I see with the party. I see your journalists then passing around getting fair in your time. Your
I mean, you want to start a show soon. You don't make
They're running ahead, right? They're running ahead of time.
Folks, welcome to the show. Like Melbourne said, the show will be out. You don't want to miss the show. If you see this, you don't want to miss the show will be out. Let's pop up. You know, as always, the Liberian women are the most beautiful women on earth. The Liberian people are the most important people on earth, to be very honest with you guys. That's why we make time to come here to speak with you. But notwithstanding, Melbourne and True FM and the manager O'Neill broke record, allowed Joseph Boaga to break record on them. They are the only two Liberians alive living presently. In less than 24 hours, Joseph Boaga fooled them twice and make fool out of them. And we'll prove it on the show today. They are the two Liberians. Oh, Melbourne. If only you are listening to me, I warn you. Anyways, let's get into the show. Let me get back to you, Melbourne. When you get a chance to discuss the issue,
let Melbourne sat at the table, bro. They will come in. I mean,
I know how you feeling, and like I said from the beginning, that this show will be very, very hot, and we have so many things to talk about. But again, it's good to be back, folks. To those of you who were checking on yesterday, you were listening to Mark and that Steve. You know, yes, I received a couple of calls. People keep calling me battle by the but what happened? A minute ago, you go look for food. I say yes, indeed. Your man, listen to Steve, because you know when you are a Baptist, and your Baptist members or your Baptist person invite you, that means you had to go and go to that occasions. So I was invited through our platform, the Sktv, on to represent the Sktv for the president dinner night, which was on yesterday. And to be frank, it started very good. You know, the process and so forth, moving back to. But let me see. Okay, Monk, thank you, Steve, for bringing on Cassidy. So yes, we went through the process. They said the show, the thing going to start, or the dinner night going to start by 6. So we were there by 5:30 to 5:45. And 5:45, we were at the entrance. 5:50, 5:55, the security check and so forth. And some of us, we were able to enter in time because we don't want to have anything like, oh, maybe fin. So yes, but while in fact we were outside, we were having some chat, outside with some of our media colleagues and so on the work we do here, and that was very, very magnificent, and that was very, very resounding out there. So when we enter by 6 o'clock sharp. We were there up to 8 or 10 minutes past 8 o'clock when the president entered. That means we went almost 2 hours, some minutes when the president entered. So when the president entered, the entire activities, everything were ongoing. But by then, some of our colleagues were like, asking for water because when we entered, what we really saw on those viewer tables were only empty plates and so forth back to back. So we were like, okay, maybe they were served or so forth. So, but some of our colleagues, who wanted to drink and so forth, when they asked for water, they were told that the water is insufficient, so they should wait until time for serving. So that I think they waited until time for serving. But by then, when the president entered, we always stood up to welcome the president. After that, various remarks were all made and so forth. But before that, I was also opportune to interact with Senator Darius, and he told me plainly and said, yes, indeed, let me give it out to SKTV people. Maybe you people are doing very well. And I hope that if I don't forget, I'm going to recognize you or the entire SKTV family. But, sometimes they will say these things. But when people see a lot of group of people or protocols, then everything changed. So, yes, while we were there, when the president finished with his remark and so forth, the people decided to serve, and we were, in fact, that system that you have to stand up and be in a very long queue to go and collect your food or your water or whatsoever thing. That was the system, even though they said if it was media nights, the night to interact with the media or the journalists and so forth back to back. So yes, indeed, we went in queue, very long queue. Some people were served. After, unfortunately, some of us before we reach, they said food finish, water finish, and everything finished. So when we ask, they say, yeah, I think that was the only because it was not sufficient according to the people who were serving us. So, so some of us we decided to even ask them, how will we even drink? They said, but no water, everything finished. So second up, some of us we decided to bear it because we know that our purpose we don't really, when we go out, we don't like to be seen as a kind of guy. But on a very serious note, that was happening. And while we were there, the noise, the media, journalists, people started to complain, coming outside, even some journalists also started to even complain about transportation. They were also saying that, no, when the former president, George Manning, we are used to invite us because some of us, we not been attending some of the activities. So they say, oh, yeah, we don't used to go through this kind of thing. We used to receive our late transportation and so forth. But today, we are walking. In fact, some of us, we're going to walk. And exactly some of them that were now having transportation, or maybe, that were quote unquote having a hope that when they come, they're going to get transportation. Unfortunately, some of them, or maybe all of us, when they receive anything. So last night, that was really happy, but the program went on smoothly. It went on, yes, as was planned. But the media gurus, I think they are frustrated. So while we were on our table, this was the bag that were given to me. I don't know what you seen, Steve and Monk. So this was the bag that were given to me. In fact, I was not the only person. All of our tables that were served, they gave us this bag, and in this bag you will see few items. Okay, good. Few items like this. So these were the items, the book. so these are items that were given to us while we were there. So we tried to be real to our people because sometimes people accuse people don't want to be part of some of the process. So these are things that were given to us. Yeah. No recorder. You say journalists, you call for journalist meeting, nothing, but only these things that were given to us. So far, so good with this invitation that was sent to Sktv. So, yeah, so far, so good. That's my own account of what they witnessed or observed on last evening from the dinner night.
Wait. All I funny to know what you're talking about. Wait. Because right now, we gotta look into the whole situation. So you don't eat, you don't dream, or you have strength to hold someone a bed with Joseph Boga picture and inside pass around with it. You see where man, man? Why you letting Papa me from all of you?
So
No, but
so
still,
to you other question, let me tell
the
you.
bank can report.
You have to get
The bank can report.
proof.
The bank
That's
can report.
everything in the live stream, you have to give an account. And that's our
Wait. You give them an account. They said they were going to get you a certain amount of money, $1,000 Liberian dollars each.
No, USD. These are reports. These are
Mama, wait. Don't rush. Don't go ask for our money, baby. All that people that are not interested. I'm interested in the one. I'm not interested in that one. I'm not interested in that one. The money that they gave you, how much they gave you?
Well, so there were no money given to anybody, including even those artists or in fact even comedians that even perform. I learned that in fact while we were coming, also they were negotiating with them that they should cool their chest or their temple down. They're going to handle them maybe after the show.
Wait. So you trying to say wait, man? You trying to say the Papa fool you when there, you pay your own money to transfer yourself. You ain't drink water, you ain't eat. Then get your fasting, but then get your bed to hold.
Yeah, man.
Man, I'm just wondering when you're positive. A lot of things to say.
I will not see heaven though. Joseph Boga will not enter heaven for treating you all like that. Unless Joseph Boga call you up and give you something and feed you. He's not going to heaven. No, he's not going to heaven. What? First of all, folks, let me say to y'all, True FN and Melbourne are one of the few Liberians that got scammed and played by Joseph Boga in a period of 24 hours. First of all, let me get you the replay because I know Melbourne never wanted for me to talk about it, but maybe I can talk about it. He know me. Last night I told him I would talk about it on the show. And last night I dated him, he called me, I told him. Last night we were on the phone that morning in Melbourne until almost 2 o'clock my time. I dated him on the phone. I told him it's sweet for him. And I don't want to hear a friend in my ear about complaint. It's sweet for him. Do you know Melbourne had to go home last night? Oh, Lord, just because of that, Melbourne, next week, if I drop something for my sister, call me dog. I will drop something for her and she will not get you fasting inside.
And let me just tell you that. In fact, last night, Steve, I got to eat Gary last night when I went.
I said that the major reason. I love
it. In fact, I let me cook just because
man.
Gary.
Guess what? Guess what happened? I called her while she was at the program. I called her, I said, sister, she said, yeah. I said, I want to bring an empty bed with Joseph Boga picture. Go sleep. When you man, go what? Now I'm making you are looking for Gary. I just look at you and laugh. You see nothing yet.
We sabotaged a man yesterday from behind the scene. I know.
Folks, let me tell you. Joseph Boga made. Look, you saw Melbourne dressing when Joseph Boga saying he was coming to the studio. You saw Melbourne. The clothes that Melbourne never wore in church before to go to Jesus Horse. Melbourne wore to see Joseph Boga. Can you imagine? You never Joseph Boga to lay a load of 40 million in the town.
Steve, just imagine I call Melbourne. My brother said, "Mama, wait. I will call you back. We drink this."
No, that's what I want. I called a man to get a man intel. You know what the man told me? The man said, "My man, they got too much DPS in the building. I don't want to talk to you. My man, leave me. I don't want to be bothered. I'm seeing my president today. I'm a Baptist." I said, "Melbourne, you can train the struggle." I'm calling the time them never seen that call that paper that come in and scan that paper. No one listen.
Never take it down.
So
Take it down,
today,
brother.
right after that, I call again and say, the Macan, to eat. I called Melbourne and said, Melbourne, don't go there. Joseph Boaka is a local and international liar. Don't believe what he says. Don't buy anything from him. And you just sat there for almost 3 hours for Joseph Boaka came in, walking there, somebody pushing him. Yeah? When I ain't me, walking like somebody forcing to pushing to come there. You ain't see nothing yet. But you know what I enjoy about the paper? I love Joseph Yuma Boaga, the way how he dealing with your Liberia. Look, the first 80-year-old man to position young people and make your low like your funny people in the town. Joseph Boaga will get that award. If he get no other award in life, we will gain that award. We will gain that BM award. It's sweet for you. Next time when you move on there, you will draw land. You will honor yourself. That means you'll go sit down somewhere. Sit down and wait for Joseph Boaga. You see Joseph Boaga, that's where man. Before I go sit down and go wait for him somewhere. For him to keep me there, sitting down there 3 hours before he show up walking like somebody pushing him. Then he can't, you ain't get no food to eat. You make food out or then he post some kind of old bed to get away, picture then inside for me to carry around. You serious? That disrespect, that means you'll take it from Joseph Boaga. That disrespect, that's what take it from him. You ain't ready in that country yet. No journalists will show up what the first place I know the thing was not serious with you. Pope presidential journalist, you look like president journalist. You look like president journalist. Just the nomenclature of the program and no honor man the program. A honor man the program. I say it. They're not ready to move on yet. Everything you're doing in that country got to surround the president. That president, that Joseph Boaga pack money, that he packet money, a cover a packet for him to go and put a picture on everything that he gave up. You're not about the LeBron government as somebody. You're not ready in that country yet. That means you go take that trash there and be passing the wrong way. And I want to see that there, man. Go keep that there in the house there. I will tell my sister to burn all that there. I don't tell you what I can see. Carry that there to the house there. You will understand yourself. You think we here to promote funny thing, eh? We're not here to promote funny thing, eh? You carry that there to the house. We will burn it. When soon you go to work, we will burn it. I don't want to see it. Next time you're moving there, you'll put yourself.
Well, let me just tell you something, Steve. So when I
let me come in a little bit, maybe. You already leave the platform. For me, I got a whole different take because on Sktv, it's not only about the politics, but we want to get it fast right. You guys were invited over there yesterday. You went there. We were communicating throughout the night until you lay our sister complaint. But let me tell you the secret. It was a self-sabotage, and Steve and myself, we were in that. It was a total ambush for you. You didn't understand that because when you complained talking about you were facing Gary, I said, look at this joke. You had no idea what was happening behind the scene. But let me be clear here. When I saw the occasion yesterday, I watched portion of the occasion, and the sad part about it is, like you just said, certain journalists were expected to receive something for transfer because of the tradition, right? When the president make a call to the media to come over there. And later this morning, Unity Party people, they are very good in playing politics. The next thing we saw this morning, when that story came out yesterday, we saw people dividing food. So my question was, it is because of poor planning that they anticipated less people in attendance or more people show up, because we saw place in front of you guys, right? And one thing, when it comes to eating, it's psychological. They get something you call the taste bud, they attach to your brain. It's one thing when I don't have food, but when you put plate in front of me with the expectation I'm about to eat and I can't get that food, it's a whole different thing. That's how you begin to salivate. You start getting that taste bud moving in your mouth, right? That's how it is. So my question was it poor planning, or people were just too much in the tenant? Because you're talking about comedian and there were other government officials that show out occasion. So maybe they have food there, but they ran out of food because too many people show out than anticipated. So I want you to answer that question, Fred. Then we'll bring out the whole story about the Gary and the reason why our sister was in protest yesterday against you. That's the first question.
Thank you, Mark. That's a very, very good question. But let me be frank, Mark. I think the entire program was also heavily, should I say, government officials. We're even surprised because we're in this what you say you're calling for
media
interactions, but then you have government officials overshadowing the entire program because most of the people that are even sitting back to back, they were not even journalists, the media practitioners, and so forth. But they are all government officials, past and current government officials. Then two, to the full aspect on the water and so forth. More. Let's be frank. I feel even whether they were expecting less or more, but more to even allow people to even request for food, people who you call CEOs, radio station owners, or managers for back to back to even stand up to go for food and food finish, water finish. Monk, I think it's not a good sign. But again, to say because maybe they were not expecting or they were expecting a team, that would be poor excuse for me on which side it goes. Because I know you say media, trust me, in fact, they had their own reporter because every media institution, in fact, guess what? After requesting for the media CEOs, managers, and so forth, practitioners, and so forth, there are also journalists that also work with some of the very media institutions that are also seeing at our program. So many reporters from the executive mansion, they were all there. Even they even hired some people, yes, indeed. So that what happened?
So what you're literally saying is poor planning, because there's not the first time, there's a yearly event, right? And if you are the one sending invitation, then you should have a sense as to who you are inviting, the total amount of people to make that or provisions available. So you still cannot cover up for the government. We will still consider it to be poor planning, because at the end of the day, if you are telling me, because the reason I asked that question from the video that I saw, I knew like more than 30% or 40% of the people in the tent were never media practitioners. So the question is, why are you inviting that much people when you know this program was only suited for people who are in the media? That's one of the biggest blunders, and that's what happened. That's why they ran out of food. So on their part, it's a poor planning. But let me get you the whole thing about the whole Gary. When you complain that you are eating Gary, like I say, you know what? When I talk to Steve, I say, oh, we got call me. We got say, oh, no food at home. I said, but Melbourne, you are attending your once in a year event as a married man, as a media practitioner that represent SKTV and True FM. You should have gotten as much as you can eat. And at the end of the day, you are supposed to wrap your wife a nice plate, a presidential dinner of all things. It's not just a regular restaurant. We are talking about a presidential dinner. That historic. It happens once every year. And you go home, you're talking about you can get food to eat. So I said, no, I got to get guy, let the guy eat Gary. And I called Steve too. I put Steve on the whole nana. So the whole Gary to my brother, you look for it. That's all I can tell you, because you went.
Yeah, but before we move, we set you up. Mom raised an interesting point. You and Mom are raising an interesting point. We're laughing. But this shows to a bigger extent a reflection of how this government started to feel when they planned their own inauguration, and the inauguration could not be accounted for. It shows, no, that put all joke aside. It gives a serious reflection and an insight of the government's inability to even plan their own program. It's either they're stealing their own money and corrupting themselves, or they're being very dishonest. They have no ability to plan a program that will come up successfully. This in itself is a problem. You're not planning for different people, your own program. You know how many people you invited. Normally, when you send out 10 invitations for any program, at least expect to have 15 full ready, just in case. That's how people plan. And there was a budget allocated for this. You can't tell me that budget did not take into consideration the number of invites that were sent out, along with the people that were expected to come, so that this thing could look, even if they are giving you guys one bottle of water each to drink, at least. So to be honest with you, this is a shame and a disgrace on a unity party. Like it or not, this is a disgrace on Joseph Yuma Bwaka's government again. Do you know what it means for local journalists or people who are, and all of you guys who are talking, that you guys are people who did not even reach out to the people from the rural area, the other journalists who in the rural area? No. Can you imagine? And you brought a kind of disgrace and shame on yourself. I want to say this though. This is embarrassing. Julie speaking. This is shameful. This is embarrassing. And there has to be some kind of investigation. Let people account the money that they said they were going to get. What's going on with that money? It shouldn't go down like the way how they did that formula then, after the inauguration, no account, nothing like that. This is irresponsible, to be honest. It's shameful. It's disgraceful. Shame on Joseph Yuma Bwaka. Shame on the Unity Party. You guys are a bunch of shameless people. You are stealing from yourselves. And you're stealing from journalists too. And the Liberian people. To give them the 1,000 I would do. And I want you to say, who force it on your ball? Anyway, that brings Sekou. Sekou, welcome to the show. This is shameful, man. This is very embarrassing. Mr. Kana, welcome to the show.
Yeah, so can you guys hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear.
So first of all, I want to start by telling Melbourne thank you for representing the Sktv. Whatever happened at the event happened. People are going to talk about it. But first of all, I want to say also thank you to the Ministry of Information for inviting Sktv to be a part of what's supposed to be media engagement or media having dinner with the president. You know, given what we know, many of the people in the government, they have different mindset when it comes to media that are critical of the government, media institution that holds the government feet to the fire. So for them to have invited us as well, like other media platforms, we want to say thank you to the Ministry of Information for doing that. But I want to clarify a few things. Those who said, I listened to somebody saying yesterday, in fact, this thing here was not organized, it was not planned. It was something that came out because of the president, they didn't show up for the interview with O'Neill, so they just wanted to cover it up. They brought about the whole media thing. I want to say that's not true because we got informed about this maybe I think about a month or so. When we received the call to have somebody, we immediately contacted Mabon, and Mabon had a conversation with the person responsible at the Ministry of Information. That was months ago. So this was not, something that just started day before yesterday. But then, if we agree that this thing started months ago, then we expect proper planning and proper execution. Beyond that, the day before the program, they also call. They check in almost everybody that's supposed to be there. Melbourne and other, media practitioners were invited the day before to go and check in, confirm their identity and their phone number. So that will inform me that not only that they knew the amount of people that were coming, but they confirmed the amount of people the day before the program. So when I heard yesterday that the press secretary said that they have more people than expected, I was scared. As somebody with some security knowledge, that's a breach of security. If you got more than you expected, or do you know where the president is going to be visible and, rubbing shoulder with other people? You don't know all the people that were there. You were not the one that actually brought all the people in. That is scary. That's a security breach. So the food thing, the water thing are important, but that is very scary that the government of Liberia inviting people after all the protocols that they follow, planning a month ahead, calling people the day before to make sure they have the right people, and then you have extra people there again. That is scary. I also want to say this, Joseph Nima Boakai or any other president, you got to be careful when it comes to media. You don't play with media people. Now everybody will go and actually attack and put their anger out there. But you cannot fight the media. You cannot treat the media the way they did. It's not good. You can't play fun out of the people. This is not about showmanship. It's about you engaging the people. That's why the media is called the fourth estate. You have 3 branches of government. You got the first branch, second, and third. The reason why the media is called the fourth estate, they are the representative of the people. The people depend on them. They are the one that disseminate message. That's why media is bad. It can be bad. When George Weah downplayed the strength and the power of the media, that's what destroyed George Weah. But Joseph Boakai did not learn anything. Joseph Boakai people then benefiting from what the media did to George Weah by destroying George Weah before even the election day. But now you didn't learn anything from that. It's disappointing. And I'm very much concerned with the security aspect. For you to have followed everything that you said you did, but then only to contact the Liberian people that you got more people than expected. It could be anybody in that crowd that could have done something unexpected, God forbid. That's why you're going to tell the Liberian people, oh, we didn't know other people are going to come. We were shocked, we were surprised by the amount of people that were here. It's very disappointing, Steve. That's what I have to say about that. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Kane. To be quite honest with you, I agree with you 100%. For certain things, I will not talk, such as whether it's security or the way he treating the media people. They will understand and say, look, you will understand yourself. And you say you get sophisticated people in Unity Party, and you say you understand propaganda, and you say you get control and you know better, you know this, you know that, and you say that crap you did doing Ellington. That time someone when I around, we hear now. We'll see. We will see. We hear, we inside. We will be behind your 4 to 4. We will expose. Even your go in here, also will follow you there and bring up any secret, anything you're playing, we will expose you to the Liberian people. And time come for election, they will vote against you. We hear this will happen. And we hear, you go ask George Weah. You go ask George Weah. You go ask George Weah. Let's move on.
Steve, can you hear me?
Go ahead.
Yeah, Mr. Kane, go ahead.
Yeah, somebody just, Catherine Gibson says she sent us money on Zelle. I just will receive it. And she said $20 go to Melbourne for for the barbecue he missed yesterday. You couldn't eat. So the barbecue, someone not pay for your barbecue, Melbourne. So it's good. Thank you, Catherine. We really appreciate it.
Thank you, my sister.
And she actually sent us $60. Thank you, Catherine. We appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I wanted to come in when Sekou go ahead.
Yes.
When I want to come in with that.
No. I just wanted to acknowledge what she did and tell her thank you.
Nope.
You can go ahead, Monk.
Yeah, I will remind the audience again. Today is Friday, and on Sktv what we do on Friday. I will keep saying it, but I saw that comment coming from Catherine or whosoever that made that donation. I will protest against that donation a little bit. You know
Yes.
what? We are not buying Melbourne no barbecue.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Collect anything extra apart from the regular.
I was trying to go Steve as a hitter.
Yeah. We will buy our sister something because what Melbourne did yesterday, he was warned and he still decided to tread that path. So we are not in sympathy with Melbourne.
No, we're not.
Melbourne should have wrapped a nice plate after getting himself full. He kept his wife and his daughter up late at night.
Yeah.
To pressure our sister to come fill food for him.
Yeah.
And you cannot have a once in a lifetime opportunity to have a dinner with the president, only to go back home and eat Gary. So, Catherine, I appreciate the donation, but I think we will add it up for our sister. Anything Melbourne gets to donation, we got to go to the wife. It cannot go to Melbourne because Melbourne was warned. He took a whole different approach, and I think our sister was the one that got it.
So let me ask you. So you guys want so Steve and Monk. So you guys wanted SKTV to turn down the invitation?
No, not really.
No, not what we're saying. See, don't.
Okay, but Melbourne didn't go there on his own. Melbourne went there to represent us.
Here's where the problem comes in. Well, Melbourne sat down there for 3 hours. And Joseph Boakai walked in like somebody was pushing him. When Melbourne sat there for 3 hours, no water, after he asked to drink water, no food, nothing, Melbourne had already made present for you and left. Melbourne decided to sit under the collect Joseph Boaga o picture then I pack his own.
In the game or something there, riding food.
The game someone a phone bill or Joseph Boaga picture inside so let either one. We send the money to our sister.
Okay. I heard something yesterday. Maybe Melbourne can respond to that.
Yeah.
Maybe that could have been the reason why the media didn't get money. I mean, food or something. Because I heard that the media, the president for the press union, he was very vocal. He attacked the government in another way by telling them no matter what they do, the media will continue to be vocal.
Yep.
That media will hold their feet to the fire. That the guy was so vocal, he said some things. Somebody were even sending them to me why the guy was giving speech. Maybe that could have maybe one of the reasons they okay say you're talking too much, you'll go home hungry.
So I have a video here already queued. So I think let me just play that video quickly so that we can digest.
Yeah, play like yeah. One of the reasons they okay say you're talking too much.
Of the Press Union of Liberia, Mr. Julius Kanva, for a few remarks. Mr. Kanva, welcome. For a friendly.
Introduce your president. You're not clapping. Please put your hands together and welcome the president of the Press Union of Liberia. Thank you.
His Excellency Joseph Boakai, President of the Republic of Liberia. Mr. President, please permit me to stand on the existing protocol as announced by the Ambassador, Chris. Thank you very much. It is with profound gratitude and a deep sense of honor I stand before you as President of the Press Union of Liberia tonight at this presidential dinner, the first hosted by the administration of His Excellency Joseph Boakai, President of the Republic of Liberia. The dinner presents an opportunity for the President of the Republic and the media to meet in a face-to-face interaction intended to discuss issues of national significance to our country, Liberia. The PUL applauds the President for availing himself to the media and commends the organizers. We look forward to more of such engagements. Mr. President, permit us to draw your attention to a few issues confronting the media community of Liberia and the country in general. While we recognize that Liberia has made significant progress in respecting press freedom and free speech, the media remains severely challenged, both in terms of human and financial resources. Advertising revenues have significantly fallen, affecting the operations of media entities, the quality of journalism, and conditions of work of journalists and media practitioners whose take-home pay cannot, if available, take them home in some instances. The near total departure of the USAID, especially its media development intervention, has created a big vacuum, impacting the capacity building and institutional strengthening of the media across Liberia. We hope the government can assume some of the shots. Mr. President, community radio stations that are vital sources of information are increasingly facing interferences from some county superintendents. This undermines the independence and jeopardizes their ability to serve our communities effectively. We urge your administration to protect these broadcasters and uphold their right to operate free from political interference or influence. Moreover, Mr. President, transforming the Liberia broadcasting system into a true public service broadcaster is essential LBS should epitomize accountability, serving not just the government's interest, but also the diverse voices of all Liberians. This shift is crucial for fostering an informed citizenry and enhancing democratic participation. Finally, Mr. President, if there is anything your government must not compromise, is the issue of the rule of law. Respect for and adherence to the rule of law is essentially critical to keeping the peace and ensuring the development of our country. Let's respect the rule of law and let's use the rule of law to fight corruption. As I take my seat, His Excellency, permit me to rephrase your wisdom. It is time we think the media, love the media, and build the media.
Exactly. A statement on last evening on the dinner night. Yes. So
you see a leader. You see a leader with balls.
Yeah, man.
This is what we're talking about. But Mr. Kana, go ahead.
Yeah, so I really respect this guy. I don't know him, but this is what they call representation. He effectively and efficiently represented the media, and he spoke well, very, very well. I think whoever voted for this guy, they should be proud of themselves to make this guy the president of the media, of the Liberian, PL. They did very, very well, and this guy, he has just sold himself to the Liberian people, not only in Liberia but around the world. Not many people can be, brave enough. They can be eloquent, but not all of them can muster the courage, the spine, to speak truth to power, especially in their faces when the president is sitting there in person. I think it was well written. It was even delivered in a very, 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 professional and in a professional manner, but was to the point. I really, really appreciate this guy, and I'm very proud of him.
Yeah. Well,
quickly, Steve, before you come on, let me just say this to Mr. Cannon that I think so far so good. He was the only person that really got the attention of the people in the that mean all of the people that were sitting with all of the speeches, the remarks. He was the only person that really received that kind of attention, appreciation, and so forth. I don't want to chip in on that. But go ahead, Steve.
Mark, do you have any reaction to the PR president's remark?
Well, I'm not so hooked up on that right now. I just want for Mr. Cannon to give an update. Today is Friday, and I follow up on my pledge that our sister, we were going to get her a meal since Melbourne refused to take a plate after meeting with the president. So I just did my share. I think Yumencho Kanga also said she did something too. So at least Seko can give her an update because today is Friday.
Yes. Before Seko update really quick, let me say this to the new PR president. And I hope all Liberians will follow suit.
Steve, are you hearing me?
Yeah, we're hearing you. Go ahead.
Mon just say you want me to update because I'll be leaving, guys.
Okay.
So yes, the $55. Yeah, so I'm saying the $55 and $20 for Sktv, $35 for Melbourne Wi-Fi. How can you not for Melbourne? More is not good, man. More is not $55. Say $20 for Sktv and $35 for Melbourne Wi-Fi. Why is not for Melbourne? Melbourne. So you and Madam, more is still trying to put you and Madam together. So, and then on the, let me go to the Zelle because I was looking at the Cash App, but let me check the Zelle real quick. Steve, go ahead. While I'm checking the Zelle, so that way.
So let me say this really quick.
You
I hope and pray that all Liberians will muster similar courage of this PR president. Let me tell you today in Liberia, calling your president a liar if he lies, it's not being rude. I don't care the age or whether they're president of the republic or whatever it is. That's why presidents don't engage in lies, because when you lie, we'll say you lie. Calling your president crook when he behaves crooked, it's not being rude. It's not being disrespectful. It's being a man or a woman. It's standing up and saying what is right and what is truthful. Calling your president up to say, stop the corruption. Just stop this funny thing you're doing in the country. When you have the opportunity in the faces, it's not being disrespectful. No, it is not. I'm calling on Liberians. Don't be cowards. You elected these people. Just I will mention about that. Yo. So, Mr. Kana, let me finish. Let me end my statement. I beg you, please. Please, let me end my statement. I beg you, please. So we need to stand up and we need to make sure we do what we're supposed to do. As I tell order, Mr. Kana. Go ahead, Mr. Kana, please.
Yeah, I went to the Zelle. So one of the sisters, Yumutru, always put us $10 for Sktv. So basically, the sister would have sent the $60. $20 went to Melbourne, $40 for Sktv, another $20 from a monk for Sktv. So Sktv got $60 plus $10, $70. So monk saying you don't use the money making the taking note on the donation. So if I got something else, I will let you guys know.
All right, man. Let's speed up, people. Today's Friday, please. Today's Friday. It's been a long time SKTV since we did this. But anyway, go ahead, Steve.
Yeah. So Mr. Kana, will you be popping in with updates for us, or how you want us to do it for today? Because I know that maybe you are in somewhere that you can't get good signal or something like that.
No. I'm going to be following the show throughout.
Okay.
And if I got any update, I will call your attention. Then I will say something. So, but
okay.
Yeah. So that's the so far because I checked all the Zelle and Cash App. That's exactly what we have.
So Mr. Kana, why we still have you? Why you still doing the update before we go for the news bulletin? Really quick. Anything from a political standpoint that you want to, any update politically that you want to provide before we go to the news bulletin, or we'll come out getting straight into the politics of the day.
You coming maybe scared now because by the time you talk about that one, maybe I'm gonna be scared because of people gonna attack him. Steve, there's a problem now in the country. I've seen a lot of jittering. I've seen a lot of fear. I've seen a lot of fear factor, sinking in when it comes to the emergence of the CMC, and people are getting angry. And I want to tell the Liberian people that the CMC is not here to put fear in anybody or to dislodge anybody from from the political space. CMC is one of the 3 major political parties in the country now, despite the age of the CMC. CDC, the Unity Party, and the CMC. We have other political parties. But when you are counting the major political parties right now in the country, CMC, from all indication, has taken the third lane. And we are grateful for that. So today, the political leader is in Nimba with the candidate Mark Blower. So something happened yesterday, Steve. I wanted to share that with the public. Chairman Musa Belete is undertaking a school building. This school building was supposed to be, 6 classroom. But this guy went and built a school building of 9 classroom. And this is 90% completed. It's nearly completion of the entire project. But the people of that town, Steve, I can't remember the town name. The way they were dancing yesterday, the Oma, the Papiden, hey man, it was so emotional for me to see people in the village happy to see school being constructed for their children to go to school. We have the money in the country. We have budget of $800 million. Ego. But our governments, our leaders, they are not doing enough to help our people in human capacity building. How are we going to go in from? We say leaders, we say young people are the future leaders of our country. But if we don't give them the opportunity to go to school, to learn, how are they going to represent us? How are they going to lead our country? So I want to say kudos to Chairman Musa Hassan Belete and the CMC for doing everything they are doing, because that's not in even, anything that's associated with the campaign that's going on right now. This is something that's been in the making way before the whole by-election business started. But yesterday they took a visit there. The excitement, the dancing, the emotional expression from the people, it was so touching for me. But beyond that, the by-election is getting heated, and it's not clear that we have three major political parties in the country, but we have three major candidates now in that race. The ANC candidate, Edith Gonglo, United Party candidate, Koga, while CMC's candidate is Mike Bluon. So the choice is for the Nema people. You can decide. If you think the ANC better represent you or better represent your aspiration and the future that you want to see in Liberia, vote for ANC candidate. If you think Mike Bluon, the CMC candidate, who represent development, who represent representation of the young people and the aspiration of youth empowerment, you can vote for Mike Bluon. If you think that the government of Liberia doing the good thing, George Buaka is doing the good thing, they're not stealing the money with all the chaos going on. You want more chaos? You want more problem in the country? You want this guy who already got a job, who already got elected as a representative, but because of greediness, you try to go and fight other people to create another chaos in the house of the Senate. Then vote for the guy. If you want more problem, if you are satisfied with the way the country is going right now, then vote for him. So the choices could not have been clearer. You can have the choose. You have the right to choose whoever you want. But my concern to everybody is that people, let's be peaceful. Let's discuss the issue. Let's discuss the politics without being personal, without threatening the life of other people. It's not that serious. You can't kill people for politics. You can't, create animosity between you and other people for politics. Let everybody go in, support your candidate, make the case, and see who will win. Whoever the Liberian people decide to choose, that person will win. So thank you, Steve.
Yes. To that, Mr. Kane, I know Melbourne gone for the news bulletin. Folks they'll be back. 2FM will be back right after the news bulletin. So that statement that you just made, I'll be honest with you. And me personally, maybe that's my personal opinion and view. Me personally, most of the Liberian voters, I don't trust them. They're users. I will say again, regardless of the counties they come from, they're users. They're not serious. Most of them are addicted to criminals, rogues, thieves, and people who are of no good intent. Those are the people they support. Those are the people they like. I said most of the Liberian voters, y'all won't get there, y'all are proving it over and over more than once. Y'all revert to voting for people who are wrong, who are bad, who have treated you badly. Y'all do that. So when it comes to development, I see them dancing, I see them bouncing around, whatever it is. No, it doesn't move me. The only way it will move me unless I see it reflected in the way they vote. Their voting will tell me if they appreciate people who help them, who support them, whatever it is. They will find all the excuses to not vote for people who are right, people who will do them right, people who have morals, people who have integrity, people who have proven records. They have not done that. And so I stand by my statement here today to say that I don't trust all that celebration happening. They are two-faced, most of them. They can't be trusted until they can prove me wrong. I stand by what I said. Monk, I don't know how you react to what Sekou said. All that celebration in on money, they on different
Yeah, I know
ways.
they can be very deceptive, and we got it. We got a history and a record to prove that time immemorial.
I ain't know.
That one for sure. The thing about Nima Kante is the choice couldn't have been any clearer than what it is based on the candidates that Sekou said they got. Most and the good thing is almost the three candidates, the three top candidates, they've been in the position of power in one way, shape, or form. Or Inspector General for the county, former superintendent, and a guy who was already giving more than, or I don't know, I think he more than a decade now, right? The co-guy in the legislature, if I'm not mistaken. So
Yep.
it's so easy that even if you had to tie your eyes with black cloth, you will still be able to pick who you think is in the best interest of the county because they've been there before, and before this, even the CMC, even though the CMC is new, but the candidate is not new. So the whole idea that it's a tough choice to make, and you said it right, they are deceptive. So until we can see the result, then we will be convinced that the people are able to do something outside the normal status quo. But until then, it's still a toss-up.
And on another note, if anybody wants to argue that they're not deceptive or whatever it is, then guess what? If they feel that the government, the votes or the number NEC is announcing does not reflect the vote, let it get in the street. Then you're telling me that it does not reflect your vote. But until then, as long as you sit and say, let's accept it for another 6 years, let's accept the other person, let's just work with the person, that means
Steve,
you are
Steve, I couldn't agree more with you, Steve. Because if you feel like your vote is not counted, you feel like the result does not reflect what you did, then you can protest for it.
Yes.
And let me say something here to one of the person that been around being supported Sktv, to my sister Gwen, who said ANC name sweet in people's mouth. ANC endorsed and Mr. Cummings endorsed Edith Gongolo. So calling ANC name here is even promoting ANC, Gongolo and ANC, because there might be people who support Mr. Cummings who are not thinking about voting for Edith Gongolo. They might vote for her because of Mr. Cummings. So there are people who also affiliate with ANC, who are members of ANC. Because of ANC endorsement, they could also vote for her. So mentioning the political parties here is not a bad thing, and people should start being sensitive. Politics is not that serious. People should start getting their feelings when their political party is mentioned or when something is said about your political party. By the 22nd, it will finish. People are still going to be friends. They're still going to be brothers and sisters, and we're still going to have a country to run. The most important election will be 2029. Whether Labrador people will decide to revert to the people that have been destroying our country for the past 2 to 3 decades. That is supporting, voting for Unity Party or the CDC. Any other candidate, any other political party, I don't have problem with it. But I can tell you, the most important election will be 2029. And we'll also know from the election in Nimba County, we'll know how the Liberian people are thinking. If they vote freely and fairly for Koga, it means they appreciate what is going on right now in the country. And no people are crying. People are complaining that the country is very bad. People are hungry. Gasoline price going up, food prices going up, everything going up. But let people show us tomorrow. I mean, on the 22nd of this month. If they are happy with the government, then they will vote for the government candidate. If they're not happy with the government, they will vote for one of the opposition candidate. And I believe among the opposition candidate, Mark Bouillon is the best candidate among all of them based on what he has done as inspector of the county. He has the young people's support. He worked with traditional leaders. He worked with elders in the county. He resolved a lot of disputes in the county. So, and he also has the backing of the CMC. CMC if not the most viable, but it's inarguably the fastest growing political party in the history of our country. And that is because of the agenda, the developmental agenda headed by political leader Musa Asambelete. I just want to make that clarification. Thank you,
Well,
guys.
thank you. I think we're delving into the endorsement of Mr. Cummings and the ANC endorsing Dave Congo work. We'll also talk about the CDC who confusing themselves,
Oh yeah, I was just about to mention that.
and the thing they're confusing anybody. They confuse themselves. They are very unstable, inconsistent. No, let me say this. They're moving like they're not on any kind of power direction or seriousness. Yeah, the CDC. They're not on any path of seriousness. But we're delving into it, we'll get on the radio. But I think coming to the ANC issue, I've seen Mr. Cummings, on the radio. I listened to him very, very briefly to the conversation that he held. Till today, let me say it for the record. Till today, I still believe, Mr. Cummings is the only candidate that ran 2023 and the only Liberian right now. From a proven leadership standpoint, from historical standpoint, from facts, from what he's done historically, and from the route that he on, because Labrador got economic problem, Labrador got political problem, Labrador got economic problem. He's the only man that can change the country. The trajectory is on right now. I'll stand by it today. I have not changed, and I will not change until the circumstances changes. But like Mr. Kane said, we're over 2029. And for those of you who come on and say, oh, 1%, I'll reiterate something I said before. Because some of you got problem with memory and thinking and stuff like that, right? Or some of you think everything is political. Steve, my full name is Steve Babyboy Bole. I will be proud to support somebody who made 1%, who has integrity, proven track record, has not stolen from anybody. There is no corruption allegation lingering around him. A man that worked hard, tirelessly to be where he is today. A man that is recognized, revered, and considered internationally, locally, highly respected, with integrity and everything. I would rather support him with the 1% than to support a loser like Joseph Boakai, a failure like Joseph Boakai, who has no proven track record of benefiting himself or anybody. Or Jawia. They say Jawia and Joseph Yuma Boakai are losers by nature. And they will continue to be losers. Even if you were to get in power, they are losers by nature. You think winning Ballon d'Or makes you something? Jawia is a loser. And we're proving to you that Jawia is a loser. You know, when I hear Akara's Gray and all the other funny people then trying to criticize Joseph Boakai and talk funny thing, I just look at them for long, I just laugh. You know what that tells me? The reflection of 2023 election, you know what that tells me? It tells me that even the Liberian people don't like good people, they don't like good things. They profess that they want change. They don't want change. They're accustomed to criminals, they're accustomed to rogues, to bad actors, to bad people. And guess what? That's why I don't care when I come on the show. I talk the way I talk. I stand for what I stand for. I don't care because at the end of the day, I don't call no politician behind the door to say give me 10 cents, give me 5 cents. I don't explain myself to no politician. I don't sell my boyfriend to none of them. And until we can stop mustering our courage to take the kind of stance, to be critical like the way we ask of us, and we'll continue to be until Liberia gets the change it needs. You're losing Mr. Cummings 2023. It's your loss. It's Liberia's loss. Oh, it is. You who get it 49%, the 52%, the 53%. What are you doing with it? And you're still passing around uselessly, complaining all day. And you're still passing around complaining all day.
So Steve, I'm about to leave. But before I leave, let me say this. I think Mayborn is back.
Yeah.
So let me agree with you once again, but in a different way. I've said this before, and I will continue to say it. I believe then, and I still believe now, those that ran for president in 2017 and 2023 Mr. Cummings, in my belief, Mr. Cummings was a better person, better candidate amongst all of them. 2029 is yet to come, and I cannot say that Mr. Cummings is better than every Liberian that live today in terms of running as president or running the country. But I know those that ran before, that he ran against, he was a better candidate. But again, as to whether or not he remains the better person, Liberian people will know, and Liberian people will decide in 2029. Those of you who've been writing under my post, every time I post something, you come there 1%, 1%. I want you to know this. What I believe then, and I still believe that now, that everybody that Mr. Cummings has ran against in that country for president, he's better than all of them. I still believe that. So I was never a member of ANC, but I still believe Mr. Cummings was the best person. And now, I just want to make this clarification before I leave. Somebody wrote under one of my posts today when I said that any attack, that anytime Unity Party people attack my political leader, Musa Hassan Belete, I will go for Joseph Njima Boakai. So somebody can, oh, so you have a political leader now? Let me make this emphatically clear. Yes, indeed, I have a political leader. I am not only a member of the CMC, but I'm an executive member of CMC, a decision maker, one of the originators of the CMC. I'm very proud to be associated with CMC. And moving forward, I will let all of you know I don't destroy my relationship with people because of politics. But when it comes to taking my position or making myself clear on a given issue, I will do it without any fear or reservation. Chief, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Kane. Well, folks, that is there. Let's get into
See,
Yes, any question before you come,
yeah,
let welcome Melbourne back, and then you come, then more will come. Melbourne, welcome back. Oh, we have now
Yes,
recognized
indeed.
all of you.
Yes,
Go
my
ahead.
brother, thank you. And
Recognize
if I, yes, indeed, let me say thank you to all of you for holding on. That's the best thing to do, even though I've been receiving a couple of calls and messages. People are falling back to back on all of the issues that we are discussing. And that's great, So let me say thank to you, thank to Mark, and to the rest of the team. Yes, indeed, I'm here, my brother. So that move, based on
Thank
all
you.
of the things that you've been discussing, I've been following, and I will give my own input at the time reach.
Yeah,
So go
gentlemen,
ahead.
sorry, I don't want to seem like we're all looking Muna. Muna, welcome to the show, Mama. Sorry, we've been so engulfed into this.
Thank you, Brother. Thank you, Steve. Thank you.
Sorry, Mama. You know what? Really, we advocate with Seku. You know that thing that they got to share with Muna and Keseli. You know that you ain't everybody for the more yeah, they everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, but more go ahead. What's your reaction, folk, to Keseli? What's your reaction to some of the things you've heard from Seku before getting to the politics of the day and what's going on really behind the scene?
Yeah, really. I mean, Sekou said what he had to say. I mean, that's it. You got options. That's why elections are all about people make the case and you go. That's why you should listen to candidates when they're on the campaign trail rather than just going out there and dancing and merrymaking. No, election is not about who can dance the most. It's not about shouting muya muya. It's all about making choices and living by the consequences of the choices. So Sekou is right. He got his party. He got his political leader. He believes in a particular candidate. That's why I keep telling you. Neymar Kante is the microcosm of the entire electoral landscape because they are the second biggest power on the electoral map in Liberia. So it's very important. And the top three candidates, I would say, they all been in the position of power, directly or indirectly. So you just need to go and check the vision they have for the country, their track record, and it's easy to make a choice. But the one thing that caught my attention today, politics is not an emotional game. Politics is like a 5D. That's why Einstein says politics is complicated in physics. You got to think. You cannot be emotional. You cannot go by what you see, but you can see certain action going before and you can know what's happening behind the scene. The information coming from CDC today was the biggest joke for me, right? That a political party, one of the major political institutions in Liberia, will tell you that they are endorsing 3 candidates at once in the name of going against the ruling establishment. That's a lie. When money is in an election, the ruling party come with certain leverage when it comes to influence, name recognition, and resources. No, that letter you see is an endorsement of Koga indirectly. Because you understand it's a numbers game, right? Steve, it's just common sense. You know that if you endorse these 3 candidates, they are all going to cancel out each other. When Edith Gonglo, Mark Bleon, and how they call him, how they call the other guy, Garrison Yellow or whosoever it is, right? If you endorse those 3 candidates, tell me why are you doing for Koga? You are under strengthening Koga. So you see the play game is coming from here. It doesn't make any sense in the name of an opposition to say, oh, you are going to endorse 3 candidates when you are at the same time telling me that you are going against the ruling establishment. It makes no sense. So let me tell my people in Nima County, I'm not going to think for you guys. I'm not going to tell you to make choices. I'm only going to give you the information and you can make your own better decision any way you see, any way you feel fit. But this idea that CDC, the former ruling party that been out of power less than 2 years ago, telling you that you can go and pick that they are technically endorsing 3 candidates at once. No, it's an endorsement of Koga. Trust me. So don't get bamboozled and don't be carried away. That's just 5D politics being displayed right before your very own eyes.
Thank you. Let's come to Kesedi. Kesedi, go ahead, my man. What say you before we get into other thing?
Yes, I saw you, I always see you, expressing when it comes to Mr. Cummings. And for me, Liberian politics now is such that you don't lay your name on the chopping block for anybody. Because when they get there, it's a very different game. Different game. A very different game that tomorrow you'll not be able to speak out. So they come with don't be in your head too much. Come with a human being. Steve, come with a human being. Politics are politics, especially for Liberia. When the guys get there, that's different thing to think of. Honestly, all right. We come not here for people, and when they got there, we saw some surprises. Okay, but this to it, Liberia. I just wanted to say something about our own era here. We observe a constant violation of the Local Government Act in the selection of local authorities, like the paramount chief, the clan chief, and that of the town chief. The Local Government Act of 2018 has not been respected. We have talked on the radio. People have had problem with us. Even one of those who is benefiting from that act has threatened us a lawsuit, especially for me, because he said I'm inciting people against him. It's not because you benefited from the system. When the system is polluted, you expect us to talk about it. But he has said, if if I continue, he will take me to tax because I'm inciting a citizen against him. And today we also get informed because sometimes we are left by the wayside. They will hide this information from us when there are delegation coming in the district. They will hide it from us, so they will just go the demons there. But now we got information that today a delegation from the government, the county superintendent and the county attorney were denied access to Channel Young concession on ground that today is holiday. They're not supposed to enter. So I don't know where that other law coming from. You are having the biggest concession in this country, and you see government officials, the county attorney, and then you deny the access to the concession. I think it was just bad on the part of the company. But some of them who were on the trip, they came from there, with bad feelings, and then they were murmuring. That's how we get to know. But I think the media should have been present to see whatever that went on there. But then we are with Sktv, the person we are talking too much. So they will have some of these information from us. That's what I wanted to bring to attention.
Thank you so much. Kesari, quickly before we turn to maybe Sekou or Mo to talk about CDC endorsing 3 different candidates, I just want to make this clear to the public. First thing, I don't defend anybody. If you really notice me for sure, I don't do that. However, I speak about people's record. Mr. Cummings has an impeccable record. He's a human being, but he has an impeccable record. I follow Mr. Cummings. Not only that I follow him, our research his work. Not only that I research his work, it can be proven anywhere. So I know from where I speak when I say what I say. Now, am I here to predict that if he's ever given a chance to be president, he will be gone or nothing will go wrong or whatever it is? No, I'm not ignorant to the fact that governments, upon governments, there will be corruption. What I'm saying in essence is this: he has a track record of proving that he's effective, he's competent, he's not inept, he's able to do his job. He has proven results over and over. So I'm saying, if given a chance, he will be able to help Liberia move them in the economic quagmire that it has now through his different connections or whatever it is, as opposed to the people we've elected. You elected just George Weah because he said he became world best. George Weah, so-called world best, never benefited connection, never benefited Liberia. Who told you the people in the business world care about soccer or care about football? Who told you they care about that? No, they don't care about it. Serial money people don't care about that. They see it as an entertainment. That's what they see it as. Joseph Walker, nobody knows him. He used to come and be in somebody's basement when you elected him. Let me tell you something. The world is a global village. You need people with connection to connect you to do certain things, bro. Let me tell you to the Labron people. You need people with connection to connect you to do certain things. The reason why money and businesses were floating in Liberia is because Ellen Johnson said he had the connection. Simple. Ellen Johnson said we were not doing anything different in that country. She had a connection, and the people, business people, trusted her enough to invest in her. To say, honor your regime, will come there to invest. That's why there were plenty of money, businesses, and companies that came to Liberia during her time. Nobody knows Joseph Boaka. So I don't care how much you fast and pray today. Nobody coming there to invest. That's how the business world work. They speak certain language. When they can trust you, when they know you, they will invest because they can trust you or whatever. It's about relationship. So you got 2 losers that you put there as presidents, and you want to come and make noise? Y'all keep being that cycle, my brother. Y'all please. Y'all please. Me. I told you before. If you do anything, let me say this. My philosophy is this. If you choose to be foolish, I will help you to be foolish. I will support you in your foolishness. That you will enjoy the result. If you choose to be good, I will support you to be good as well. You think I'm passing around babysitting grown people there? Let me say to the Labrampo, come 2029, if you decide to bring another joker again, you'll bring one joker again. You're going to bring Joria. We'll be right here. Me, I will be here, and I will tell you, thank you for bringing here again when they're ready to deal with you again, and we'll remind you about this. You think I here to waste my time? I'm here to waste my time on you. Go ahead.
Yeah, good. Yes. So thank you. So let me just chip in quickly on that. Then we transitioned onto another topic. But I think if we check all of the records of Arizona Comics, I think all Liberians been saying that Arizona Comics good. He good. The only excuses coming from some of them was he just coming, understand like politics and so forth. But they agree. They know that in fact Arizona Comics is good 100%. They know that Arizona Comics have all of the contacts. They know, even including this president. That's why he wanted for Arizona Comics to go with him as a vice president or as vice running mate. So for me, I can clearly tell you that in the Arizona Comics, with all of the trial records, both him and the way his record is clean and is good. But this country of ours, I don't care how which way you want to go. Yeah, we are just classical example. Yeah. You come here when you want to waste all of your time here. People see you as bad person. People who hate, people who anti. They use all kinds of adjectives against you. But again, for me, on that topic, I think Arizona Comics with all of the trial records, everything that I've been observing from 2017 up to now, all of his records, and they are all clean. Just that Liberians, they have their own way of choosing or which leader to carry them for the next 6 years. That's it. But thank you.
Well, the same thing can be said, Melbourne, before we come to the CDC for endorsing. The same thing can be said about what the people they mean before Mona comes in. The same thing can be said about what the people mean. What the men in Taiwan going on in Liberia there. Somebody mark, please mute the echo. Okay, I'm muted. Look, The same thing can be said about Tiawan Gonglo. Whether you like it or not, Tiawan Gonglo has a track record of services to the people in the country. You would think that our people would gravitate towards those people. Mama, it speaks volume of the voters. I'm saying it today. That I'm no politician out of blame. I blame the Liberian people themselves. Who said you get people now just talking about Joe? Who told you this is about choice? This is about the betterment of the life of the country to move the country forward. You don't vote for people because you like them or you know them. You vote for them because you see prospect. You see that the person is able to take the country from point A to point B. They're able to better your life. That's why you vote for people. But in our country, you will come and praise people and say, oh, the person doing good. That man a good person. Somebody still So we need to make, let me tell you something. You need to make uncomfortable choices sometimes for the benefit of the better good of the country to move forward. That's what people do. People who want to change, even in our lives, when you want to change some things, you got to get uncomfortable. You got to take some routines that are very uncomfortable. You got to be disciplined. But now we're all Liberian people. We're comfortable with people who do wrong. Then we come out after a few months to complain and make noise. Yeah, we made not tired.
Let me come in, Steve, a little bit. For me, I hate making that kind of an argument because one thing I know, and now our people are very consistent when it comes to making bad choices. They will find every excuse in the book to eliminate people who we think supposed to do better for that country. The one thing about politics is you don't have the thing about politics is you don't have a crystal ball to tell what a leader will do, but you can do a research to tell, you can project. The logic here is, even if you say we cannot pick because people been making bad decisions for the country, people who we talk will do better. The fact of the matter is you have tested the most two popular ones among them, and they have proven to be a failure. So the idea that, oh, we can give someone else a chance, it's not even logical, because you can say, oh, some of the people who voted before, we thought they were going to do better, they didn't do better. Okay, yeah, you put them there, they came and they performed, you saw the result. So the question is, why would you even want to consider them moving to the future? At least I would take the bet on the guy who I believe will do better, but even though he haven't been tested, then you're talking. But you can say that, oh, because people who were expected to do better, they came to politics, we can put our deck on them for them. That's just an excuse for me, because the people that you put back, that came back for the round two, they show you before what they could do in round one, and you still choose to carry them. So how can you even make the argument in the first place? But that's Liberia for you, my brother. We move.
Me personally, like I said, before the election, I went on different shows. I used my expertise, my experience to profile all of the different candidates. I can say this to everybody, emphatically clear. If you get Joe Weah another chance, you will mess up your lives in that country. Let me say this. I'm saying it again. I'll be on record for saying it. The thing where I said from day one, Joseph Yuma Boakai, when I profile Joseph Yuma Boakai, in their lives, they were incompetent, inept. I profiled Joseph Yuma Boakai as somebody who was economically, he was not disciplined. Imagine a man serving for 12 years. Right after the 12 years, come out to tell you, say he broke. Serving as vice president for 12 years, where almost everything is paid for. You making a salary, one of the highest salary ever in recent memories of a sitting vice president. You bring that man to power. After the 12 years, he comes back to tell you that he broke, he living all alone. Think about that. And you want to tell me, say, I can't project that Joseph Yuma Boakai will be not disciplined financially when you gave him the coffers of the country? I can profile Joseph Boakai to say, if you give Joseph Boakai 100 years, Joseph Boakai is not a disciplined man financially. Joseph Boakai is not responsible. And Joseph Boakai will never change your lives. Don't waste your time. I come to George Weah. I profile George Weah. George Weah played for a certain amount of money in his lifetime. George Weah was in the Senate. George Weah in the Senate. You tell me one bill, George Weah prefer. You tell me one thing George Weah did to benefit your life when you're in the Senate. They put in Monserrato. Tell me. George Weah signed all the deals. Not only that, George Weah personal lives. It is alleged, it is reported, George Weah was blocked before he even went to the Senate. That tells me that he lacks management. He's not disciplined financially. Second of all, George Weah has never proven to be a leader. Everywhere George Weah went, he created division, noise, and confusion. And you bring that one to power, and you tell me, say, George Weah will kind of change your life. You are wasting your time. You are wasting your time. I won't challenge you. Get George Weah 100 years, see if it will change your life. You will benefit your life, create chaos. and calamity and problems. It will be one noise or another. And I stand by these facts. That's how you profile people. You go back to the history. You go back to the records. You are able to tell what they will do to some extent. But you come here and you want to make excuses. My people, let me tell you today that what job we are telling you, he confused. And he nominated, and he said he's supporting 3 different people in the country. Does that make any sense to you? Go think about it. It makes any sense to you? A certain party said they support 3 different candidates. And he said that strategy. What kind of strategy is that? Which strategy is that? So let me leave it with you. Muna, what say you? The president said, former president Joe CDC said they got 2 candidates behind.
No, for me, let me go strictly about Liberian not voting. I will vote in the country. You see, why Liberians can improve because the way we do our voting. That's why every time we started, we can go up, we can come down. Only politics have improving because Liberian will see the clean water. We will see the water that don't have no dirt, nothing in it. We'll leave it and go for the water that have whole lot of bad things in it to just make running. We voted the 2023 elections. We had good apples and things. The Liberian could better their lives and everything be okay, but we leave it. We went for lawlessness. We went for crooks. We went for rogues. We went for the desperate rule of law. That was collaborating all over the country. Because we'll see the good thing, we'll leave it, then we'll go for the bad thing, and end result, we start complaining. That's what's happening right now. Because we don't change our way of voting. We'll see the good thing again lives. Improve our well-being, improve the country, but we leave it and go for something different at end result. We finish voting, then we start talking all around whole lot ballots all over the place. Our life not improve. They will make it complete. We're running around. We see somebody running. We're begging for medicine all around. That's what's happening to us right now. We left the good apples and then we went for the bad apples. We're in lawlessness take over the whole country. We cry here and there. Our lives are not improved. We still crying. We still struggling to survive because that's why we went for lawlessness. We voted for crooks. We voted for rogues. We voted for the desperate rule of law. That's what happened to us right now. So until Liberian can redirect, we can redirect our vote. That's the only way. Politicians will stop enjoying, and then our lives will be improved. We can go in the sun, we go in the dew, the rain to vote, then our life will be better. Thank you, Steve.
Let's go to Cassidy quickly, and then maybe won't be the last before we start taking calls. Cassidy, what say you, my man? A lot going on. The United Party sent out 3 candidates. That the United Party, the CDC, they said they're supporting 3 different candidates. What's going on with that?
Well, whatever it is, as they said, that strategy. But let's see how the strategy going to work. I mean, the strategy going to work. Because if you will support 3 candidates, so it means that there's simple saying that says you put your eggs and you put the eggs in many bags, so that. But I don't think that's a good politics. You gotta be straight to the point because as a man, you gotta be straight to the point. Honestly, all right. But as they said, that's a strategy. Let's see how the strategy works. Let's see how it works. Thank you.
Okay. Well, maybe what say you?
Well, so again, let me say, I think the way you were sounding when it comes to politics, a little bit different. And politics is the way we see politics, especially in Liberia. People go by the way they feel, the way they do things, the way they are connected to people. That's how they do their own politics back home. Sometimes we don't vote the way we want to vote. But again, let move to the CDC. I think sometimes we may likely disagree to say, oh, maybe the way they are featuring or maybe the way they are supporting 3 candidates, everybody have their own take to say, oh, it's wrong. But for me, maybe I will look at it on the other side. Like we are all on this platform, right? And maybe we all will been around for a very long time and we've been supporting each other. So in time of maybe certain situation, nobody want for one person to feel bad and just say, okay, so what we do, I think we'll just or maybe quote unquote give all of our support to all of the candidates that have been working along with us. Like for example, you have Cassidy, you have Muna, you have Cyprian, and you have me. And, we all have been working at SKTV for a very long time, sacrificing. So when there's competition, you say, okay, no problem. Maybe you want to contest, but Cassidy, you want to contest, Mona, also the same thing. So the only thing we will do, say all three of you want to contest, the best thing we'll do is to give your support, maybe across. For me, I haven't seen it, but I know politically it's wrong, 100% that as a political party, you can't do that. Because that means there's fear tactic. That means you are not even stable, or you are not even, or maybe sure as to whether maybe one of your candidate may like the win. So because of that, they are now spreading across their support so that any of the candidates that win, well, that's it. That have the feel. And for me, that's my own opinion about some of the endorsement that they are doing, endorsing three candidates at the same time. I think they are doing it maybe because they don't want to lose any of the seats. So any of the independent candidate or political party that the CMC win, well, then that's it. How they think. For me, that's how I see it.
Okay, well, thank you, Melbourne. Just before we get to the line, the thing that gets me laughing about our whole country is this. Until we as Liberians can step aside from the way we do things, see things, the lives in Liberia will never be changed. Nothing will be changed. Nothing will be changed. You will settle for less. You will settle for bad people and bad governance. Liberian got no curse behind Liberia. Liberian got no saying that, they can progress, they can do that one, they can do that one. Liberians, we got to change our mindset. Especially because it's been proven that the way we've been doing things has never been effective. You can't be stuck in your ways and say, because that way we can do it, so that means we got to do it, we got to keep on doing it. It has not yielded any results. And I'm saying it. When I was talking sometimes, yes, on the podium talking about, you angry and you didn't want you that one. That's your description. That's fine. You don't understand the difference between passion and anger. No, you don't. And I don't care about you because I know that the same way you are seeing what I'm saying, the same way you are seeing it in a limited form, because that's what you are confined to, that's what you are used to. You are not exposed to anything good. You are not exposed to people being factual and realistic like some of us. You are not accustomed to that. You are not used to that. And you are not even willing to be open-minded to say, the thing what the guy been saying, it makes sense inside. Some of you know it. It makes sense to you, but you know what you've done? You take it and go put it away because you are hypocritical. You are stuck in your ways. And guess what? The way you are stuck in your way, that's why your life is, and why your life is stuck. That's why making the country is stuck too. Liberia is stuck because we are stuck in our ways. And let me say it to Liberian people, your ways have not been effective. If you think you're lying, check your life. 6 years ago. Where is it now? Check your life. That is to tell you that your ways are not effective. So when people come to tell you, encourage you, and teach you the right way to do what is right so that it can benefit you, don't see some of all people who come against you. We are here for you free of charge. And we are telling you, and me, if any Liberian person waiting for me to come and tell them, let's just do it. I'm not into that. Because first of all, you're hypocritical and two-faced group of people. You will take money from people, you're going to vote for another people. Your thing when you're crook people, you're smart. Most of you voters. Imagine you selling your voter card to somebody for 6 years for $20. That you have so discuss rational thing with. You're not ready yet. You are not ready yet until you start settling your stomach for your future. You're not going anywhere. In the future, your children, you're not going anywhere. I'm saying it and I stand by what I'm saying. You want to take it personal at your business? I'm not worried about that. I will continue to tell you the truth. Until I leave this earth, I will continue to say the truth and I will stand by the truth. I'm not dressing by, I'm not changing it. Don't be clear. I'm not changing it. I am not changing it. That thing about to fall into that little funny cycle you'll get where you can, my man, just say it like that. And even if somebody say the other way, you'll still go here do the same thing that you want to do. Because at the end of the day, look, the inborn tendency in most Liberians, we are a tricky group of people. We think when we steal people and we cook for them, we honor ourselves. We do. We honor ourselves. That's what we do. But more, maybe let's take some calls, I beg you, so that
All right, so the numbers to call to be part of the SKTV show, the Friday edition is 0770-203125. That's the number for you to call this evening. Please just be brief and straight to the point. To this caller, good evening.
Good evening, Mayor.
Yes, my dear, go ahead. Your name and from where you join us.
This is David King, and I do join you on Spend this evening. You see, Mayor, the CDC as a political institution, we are not going to put out there our political strategy that we have. This is how the CDC decided to go. Okay? If anybody have problem with it, then it left for you. You can go and live in your dream world. All right? But you will not dictate to us how to proceed as a major political opposition in this country. We are against the ruling party. All right, and we are trying to form a unified opposition. So in a month we have 3 opposition in the race. We don't want that guilt vote to be given to that man called Koga. All right, so we tell you our strategy, and other people got problem with it. And let me say this to Steve. Look, George Weah as a president, the achievement he has made in his life. And what he has been able to do for Liberians. You, Steve, you can live for the next 100 years. You cannot even do an inch for any Liberians in this country. So you sit there and talk all kind of thing about.
All right. Thank you so much. To this caller, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, neighbor and co-host in the diaspora.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm Peter the Recap, so I call my honor the street in Rock Johnson. Thank you for the fascinating discussion. Neighbor, of all the political parties that Mount and a Siku have named, and the political leaders, and we have, because they're saying the same, and that the measure of the man, is what he or she lost power. We was entrusted with 6 years power, and he took excellent. If you compare we are, and it says here to that of any administration that and more and other guys are boosting up, we have did exceptionally well to that of any. Look at the great university. Yesterday when we were there, we flew in from citizens for come up with the system of primitive. We are and transform it to a modernity. So that's the 14 military hospital. The Johnson that we live today, the area was a bridge today, the area has become a modern city because of electrification and road connectivity. So I think more people need to just sit down and look at Liberia. Liberia is on the progressive path, and there's nothing else.
All right. Thank you so much, Uncle Brian Tate. Good evening.
Yeah, Lebon. Thank you so much. And let me thank all the panelists. First of all, I want to thank you that you went to that program, that presidential media engagement. And the fact that you got it there, and you have to refuse that there, maybe somebody will say you took the envelope that in the there, that 1,000 inside, and then you just left it there to denigrate the president. It's good you took it so that everybody can see, and you open it and everybody saw. Besides that, I have problem when even they offer your table, and on the table they could not even put water there. Water. Very disappointing. But that is between they and the president, the organizer and the president. You know, or the CDC endorsement with 3 candidates. You know, in politics, you can be political, autopop, or polygamics, especially in these elections. You have your normal there. We know what happened in all the elections you've been having in Lima. You have your that normal, you can chunk it to one basket to reinforce the person you endorse. Then what you do is that the other people who are you in alignment, you can get a small money on the ground. So they will know that you're staying in time. And what come in, they think will not help other people. But you pronounce it that I'm helping either I'm endorsing her. So you see, more, I think even though your man did well so that he can cover what took place there so that nobody can lie to him. Before I drop the line, you see Julius Cannibal and the LNDA president of Bono Fama. These are 2 Liberian young men that are coming up that are fearless. And I think let them keep up the nation in Washington. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Uncle, for your participation. Keep your calls coming 0770-203125. That's the number to call this evening. to be part of the SKTV show right here on Truth FM Friday edition. Yes, please keep those of you who been calling, call in 0770-203125. It's not easy, but it's not here though. That's Steve here, but that move quickly 0770-203125. That's the number for you to call this evening to be part of the SKTV show. And let me see quickly how best to go to the line to pick this call. Hello. Hello. All right, 0770-203125. That's the number to call this evening to be part of the SKTV show, and you'll be live right here on Truth FM 96.1. Yes, move straight.
I know Muna can take call too, or Muna can take a few calls. Who go?
Yeah. Muna in the
Muna, if you're
position.
available, Muna can take call for her, please.
But let me see quickly. The calls keep coming bouncing by. Hello to this caller. Good evening.
Hello.
Yes, quickly go ahead.
Yeah, my name is Jerry. I'm calling from the borough.
Yeah, go ahead, Jerry.
Yeah, I said I always say, you know, I want for them to be together. I want to go down, I call Austin or platform, Bulale. Yeah, even though maybe Honorable Musa President may not hear me, but I can't ask him to finish us in Mabula. Mabula is a young guy, still got picture. He got a lot of election ahead of him. Then all of them got together as opposition down there. The election is not general presidential election. The election that one round election. You now get second round. So let the people get in round, more questions down there.
All right.
If they want for Sunday go back to win, no problem. But what they're doing down there is not encouraging, to be frank.
All right. Thank you. It's not encouraging opposition at all dividing. To this cut up, good evening. Yes, go ahead quickly. Your name and from where you join us.
Thank you. Let me say good evening to the rest of the callers. This is the boss of William Harvey, and I joined this conversation from District 3. Well, I appreciate all of you for the discussion. You see, I don't know why you found my head the victim, I guess I will see. And what I can be honest now, today, make a check your way as more you want to get your kitty.
No man, go ahead, brother.
So you see, the issue of people really propagating that in the country, the opposition senator to win. For me, I don't subscribe with that idea. Because when they in the lower house, the opposition tapping. They are in good normal money in the ruling party lawmaker. They use the ruling party lawmaker only have 11 lawmaker in the lower house of the city. For her, the opposition is in good normal again more than the ruling party. But what is the key? Today, when anything happen in the lower house or the upper house, for the president that the president doing it. When something happen in the judiciary, we say that the president. So if it that one opposition senator, let's assume that I'm meeting that one opposition senator in the candidate be elected to go and out on the other number. What thing will that one person bring more than the other opposition at that? Nothing.
All right, nothing. The last caller quickly will cross over to the team. Hello, good evening.
Good evening. How you doing?
Well, we're great. Thank God for life. Go ahead, my dear.
Okay, I'm Mose too, and I call you from Tukoro Junction. You know, our politics in Liberia is some kind or somehow funny. But I don't want to say that the support of CDC to 3 candidates is good. I think on the other hand, it will cripple the CDC for that of their position. Because all of these candidates will be sharing the vote that CDC is supposed to accumulate. But on the other hand, it's their will. And then somebody saying that John Weah is not a leader, he does nothing. But I think that John Weah is better off. John Weah better some people life in Liberia than this man who talking in America. They might not able to support. You know how many person that John Weah regime that go in government position and that were able to employ basically only ministry in Liberia.
Okay.
That they were there.
All right. Thank you, Chief. Thank you, Stephen. Want to the body. Thank you.
Well, let me respond to some of the callers before. Let me respond to some of the callers before you can do your closing. Then we'll go for the day. Let me say this first of all. I know that you have a slave mindset when you think that George Weah did you a favor with your own resource in the country to benefit your life. You know that the government will benefit your life. I I know that you don't know what you are talking. Most of you that add me into your phone, you know that the government is instituted to benefit your life. You don't know that? You think John, we are doing you a favor? Oh, I'm sorry for some of you. I'm sorry for some of you. I'm really, 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 really sorry for some of you. And I know why you talk the way you talk, because you are clueless to your own rights. You don't know your own rights. You don't. Because if you knew your own right, you will not unhail John Weah for making him president and for him benefiting you. No, you will not. You will know that it is a responsibility that he had to do because you pay him with the laboratory resources. You don't know that. You have no clue. No, you have no clue. You have no clue. I'm sorry for you. I am sorry for you. I'm sorry for you. I'm sorry for your generations. I'm really sorry for the next generation that are coming after us too. I pray and I hope that they will not have this mindset that many of you have. Look, from the day I got to understand my rights, from the day I got to understand the Liberian Constitution, I became less of a slave to any political person or any political party. Do you know you have the free will to associate and disassociate? Do you know that? Do you know that your survival does not depend on your will? Do you know that? No, you don't know that. You are ignorant to these things because they are written. You don't know them. So I'm sorry for you. I can understand why you think John Weah is your savior. I can understand that. I can understand why somebody who is 80 years old or young man will put his whole life and future in your hand, think that I man is the savior when I may not do anything for him. That's why you refuse to hold them accountable. But me, I will hold them accountable because I know my rights. I'm not worried about your citizens who are writing, who are getting there, who are talking. This thing, I mean, I don't run for presidency. Like I said it before, John Weah is incompetent, inept, and corrupt. I stand by it. It has not changed. He proved it. So I'm not here to argue with you. Like y'all be arguing with yourselves. Who takes that here to argue with people who don't even know their own rights? No, it's a waste of time. But I go to Sekou really quick before we close.
Yeah, because we got to go. No time.
Sekou, any statement before we close? Then we'll go to Muna. Muna will be first, and then we'll turn it over to Cassidy, and Melbourne will be the last. Okay, Sekou now there. Muna.
Okay, let me say many thanks to all the callers, all the listeners, supporters of our SKTV. Do join us tomorrow, same time for the program. Until then, Muna and Lagri, do have yourselves a wonderful one. Bye bye.
Thank you, Muna. Yeah, Cassidy, what's going on? What's it you?
All right, thanks to the many callers. Just before I leave, I want to say this, Steve. The Liberian people have reached a point where they are caught up in the middle. George Weah came in school 60, and Joseph Boakai, just in case he will not improve, he will score 30. And then Alexander Kumi is unknown because he had not served the position before. So 2029, Liberians will be standing in a position where they have to make decisions between the three, 60, 30, unknown. So the Liberians may likely choose the 60 because they will not choose the 30 or the 60, and they will not choose the unknown. So I just want you to be thinking on that. All right. So Liberians and the politicians, they will have a gonna begin to ready play comes 2029. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Melbourne. Just one second. I know we got 2 more minutes before we leave. Just 1 second. Let me say this to the Liberian people.
Also, so still, I'm not going to say something though.
Yeah, I call on you, but you're not available. Go ahead, please. Go ahead.
I hear you.
Go ahead.
All right, so just want to say thank you to you guys for a very interesting show. But what I want to tell the Liberian people is that just stop attacking people for their opinion. Just attack the issue.
Mm-hmm.
Those of you who believe that Joe Weah can be a better president, bring them in 2029. If you think Joe Baka is doing good too, also let Joe Baka be there. You can vote for him in 2029. Just make the case. Forget what other people want to make their case. I don't want to say that. But thank you guys.
So maybe quickly 1 second before I turn it over to you because you're closing to the Liberian people. Oh, maybe on left. Okay, I think maybe I gotta go to the Liberian people. Let me say this to you. After 2023 election, my pay increased to the pay I'm working. If you choose to bring John Weah back, I will live healthy and better. That's not my worry. I'm concerned about your future and the future of your children. That's why we come here in the future of the country. Who told you this is personal to me? It's not personal to me. It's personal to you. Who was in the job where the country and join the school? It's personal to you. Who there with Joseph Boakai while they are stealing and you're benefiting from it? It's personal to you. For me, it's not personal. I say as I say because I see fake. The facts are there. George Weah will not change your lives. George Weah does not have the in to do that. Does not have the capacity to do that. George Weah is not a leader. He can never be a leader, even if you elect him president again. Same thing with Joseph Yuma Boakai. If you think I'm lying, try turning to that point there. Try point there again and see. In fact, when he come back, he will be too emboldened now. He will be reckless than he was before. The same way how you put Joseph Yuma Boakai there, who got nothing to lose. Joseph Boakai got nothing to lose. So Joseph Boakai will spend your money lavishly and recklessly. And you can't do nothing. You will wait for 6 years. I challenge you to do anything. You can't do nothing. And that's why I come here every day to remind you about your choices you made. And I will be here to remind you. You won't get there. I could care less. Get there. What your decision will do. It will not do nothing to me. It will not stop me from saying the truth. I will continue to say the truth. That being said, let's have a good weekend. We'll be back tomorrow. People will be here to say the truth to you. We're not changing our position. We're not changing on the issue until the issue can change. Carefully, have a good night, folks. This is how we draw down the curtain on Sktv tonight, and we'll see you tomorrow. Have yourself a very, very good night, and bon voyage. Ciao.
There are things we can do with bringing good news.